agenda? Where's my agenda? All right, you ready, Rich?
I'm ready.
All right. I'll call the meeting in order of the Merrillville Redevelopment Commission special meeting for Tuesday, September 27th, 2022 at 6:11 p.m. Mr. Secretary, roll call.
Mr. White.
Here.
Mr. Hardaway.
Here.
Ms. Easlak.
Here.
I am here, Mr. Pettit.
Here, 5 members. We have a quorum. Next item is consent agenda, accounts payable register voucher approval for September 27th, 2022, approval of the meeting minutes from August 23rd, 2022.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Hardaway, second by Mrs. Uzelak to approve the consent agenda as presented. Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Mr. Reardon, Ms. Chilcott, is there any old business?
No old business.
Okay. We don't have any new business. Under general orders, we have several actions to take tonight, folks. The first item is Resolution 22-60, is a resolution of the Town of Merrillville Redevelopment Commission approving a form of economic development agreement and related matters thereto, Midwest Aerospace Castings, LLC. For the benefit of the commission, this is out of the Merrillplex. This is an economic development agreement that Joe and Pat and Tom Pittman and the folks from Midwest Aerospace Castings have been working on. This is similar to the economic development agreement that the town had previously approved for Albany's to move into the old field house building, which at one time the town owned. To the best of my knowledge, Pat, Midwest Aerospace Castings owns the building now, do they not? They bought it from Albany's?
They and 2 others. They have partners.
They have partners,
yeah,
okay.
There are 3.
So this sets up the economic development agreement whereby those, that entity will occupy that building. We had previously granted, this is the form of tax abatement, Pat, or did we already approve that?
We approved it, and the dollar amount here, not to exceed $375, is comparable to the tax abatement that had been originally discussed. And so you might recall it was over 10 years, and the company will use these dollars to purchase equipments that will be permanently installed into the building, made part of the process.
This is going into the old field house?
Field house building.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I remember having a conversation.
All right. With that being said, Chair will entertain a motion for discussion.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Hardaway, seconded by Mr. Minchuk for discussion on Resolution 22-60. From the chair to Mr. Svetnoff. Joe, you have taken a look at this with Mr. Pittman. Everything is in order?
Yes, it is.
The other item that I always ask Mr. Reardon is they are well, and Mrs. Chilcott, they are well aware that since there are economic incentives, they will be adhering to the project labor agreement and the 10% goal of hiring Merrillville residents, correct?
That is correct.
Okay. Anyone else with questions for the staff or Mr. Svetnoff?
No.
Seeing none, Mr. Secretary, roll call vote.
Mr. White.
Yes.
Mr. Hardaway.
Yeah.
Ms. Easlak.
Yes.
Mr. Yeah, I'm a yes. Mr. Pettit.
Yes, motion carries 5-0. Next resolution is Resolution 22-62, a resolution extinguishing all delinquent taxes, special assessments, and penalties related to real estate owned by the Redevelopment Commission of the Town of Merrillville, Lake County, Indiana, located at 6800 Broadway, Merrillville, Indiana, 46410. Parcel number 45-12-9-427-004.000-030, and all matters related thereto. Mr. Svetnoff.
What we have done is we've gone ahead and purchased the 3-acre parcel at the community center back from Epic Volleyball. We are then going to, in turn, then sell that to the Boys and Girls Club for the same amount we purchased it for. One thing that we have to do, though, for housekeeping's sake, is there are delinquent taxes that was owed by the old owner of the property, Epic. These taxes will be wiped off the property because of this resolution and the fact that the Redevelopment Commission owns this property and has the ability to wipe these taxes. So what I'll do then is I'll deliver this resolution to the auditor, the assessor, Lake County auditor, Lake County assessor, and the Ross Township assessor to get the taxes wiped.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Hardaway, second by Mr. Minchuk to approve Resolution 22-62. Is there any discussion?
Yes, yes, President. The discussion for me is how much are the taxes that we're.
I think you've got a record Joe had Joanna put at our place.
$14,400 that we're having wiped off that parcel.
Okay, that's what I needed to know. Thanks.
And what this does, opens the door so that we can go ahead and get Boys and Girls Club in motion to purchase the land so that they can get ready to get the shovel in the ground.
Yes.
So hopefully this time next year, maybe we'll have a Boys and Girls Club.
Yep.
That's the plan.
Any further discussions or questions of Joe? Seeing none, Mr. Secretary, roll call.
Mr. White.
Yes? That's a
Mr.
voice
Hardaway.
vote.
Yep.
Ms. Uzelak.
Yes.
I'm a yes. Mr. Pettit.
Yes.
5 yeses.
Motion carries. Next, we have a Resolution 22-64 is a resolution of the Merrillville Redevelopment Commission approving a proposed tax abatement. Angie, if you would be so kind as to go through the staff report.
Sure.
I had this recommendation. We brought this back, and Angie will go through this and give us the thumbnail on this.
So the applicant is Opus Development Company, LLC, a Delaware limited liability company. The applicant is in the audience today. The property location is 8700-8900 Mississippi Street. It's zone M2. The facts about the project is the councilman is aware of the project. They have been in contact with the town's development team. The applicant representative has prepared the application and documents and is posed to advance the project. It's a construction of a 289,000 square foot state-of-the-art speculative industrial warehouse building on approximately 38 acres of land, $30.5 million project costs. The development of the site and construction of the building shall yield immediate temporary construction jobs of approximately 50 to 75, and new jobs ranging from 150 to 200. They are seeking a 10-year tax abatement. The scale is Indiana state statute, scale. And staff recommendation is to endorse the tax abatement and forward the town council and redevelopment with a favorable recommendation.
Thank you, Angie. For the benefit of the other commission members, specifically Mrs. Uzelak and Mr. White, Mr. Minchuk, Mr. Hardaway, myself, and 2 other members of the Economic Development Committee heard this petition from Opus. I asked as the ward councilman that they come back. This is almost identical. I'm not going to let Brett talk about it. Identical. We had previously granted the Misner Group a tax abatement on this parcel at 89th and Mississippi, and because Opus is in the process of buying it, I thought it would be in the best interest that we know who's doing business in the town of Merrillville. So I asked Pat and Angie to bring this back to the Economic Development Committee. They made a favorable recommendation to us, and then we would pass this resolution, and it will go to the council. So with that being said, Brett, you want to say anything on your behalf? Introduce yourself.
Yeah, sure.
Brett, excuse me, why don't you go?
Yeah, why don't you go up to the podium?
Nothing, really else that Angie hadn't covered. I'm Brett Townforty from Opus Development Company. Angie covered most of everything as far as a general overview. Opus Group is a national developer. We have 9 offices across the country. We're located in Rosemont, Illinois. We have an office in Rosemont, Indianapolis, and then a few more out west. And we're a full-service developer, so I focus on industrial development. We do multifamily, retail, and office development. And we're excited to be working with Merrillville on this project on 89th and Mississippi.
Any questions for Brett? No? Seeing none, Chair will entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Mrs. Uzelak, seconded by Mr. Hardaway to approve Resolution 22-64. Is there any Further discussion? Seeing none, Mr. Secretary, roll call vote.
Mr. White,
Yes.
Mr. Hardaway. Ms. Easlak.
Yes.
I'm a yes. Mr. Pettit.
Yes.
5 yeses.
Motion carries. Last item on the agenda, ladies and gentlemen, is Resolution 22-67. Is a resolution of the Town of Merrillville, Indiana Redevelopment Commission transferring appropriations within the budget of the Redevelopment Commission. This is in the Mississippi Street TIF District. The total decrease is $88,035. The total increase is the same. This is moving money from the improvement line item into the land line item. Pat, thumbnail on this?
Excuse me for a second, please. Well, as you can see, this involves the Mississippi Street TIF. We're transferring.
This was the.
Oh, okay, thank you. The origins of this are the Epic property, the Epic sale. This is part of the Epic sale.
Of the epic sale for land? Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Minchuk, seconded by Mr. Hardaway to approve Resolution 22-67. Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, Mr. Secretary, roll call.
Mr. White,
Yes.
Mr. Hardaway.
Yep.
Ms. Easlak.
Yes.
I'm a yes. Mr. Pettit.
Yes.
5 yeses.
Motion carries. Any other business before the commission?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Hardaway, seconded by Mr. Minchuk. We're adjourned.
Take a vote on it. Done.